There are two ways in which we educate people. A teacher uses two forms. One is adesha. Adesha is commandment. Do this. Means I am telling you to do it, you perform that action, finish, that's it. The other, far more powerful, far more potent, and far more effective method is upadesha, which means advice. So, the teacher doesn't say what the student should do. The teacher only analyzes the situation, presents the pros and cons, and says, if you do this, this will happen. If you do that, that will happen. Once the advice is clear, presented rationally, scientifically, logically, the teacher then says, now I have told you what I had to tell you. It is up to you. Do think over it carefully and you take your own decision. This is far more potent and more effective because you can only live your conviction. You can't live someone else's conviction, however right the other person may be. For instance, when a diabetic person is told by the doctor, don't eat sweets, that is adesha, it's a commandment. How long will he follow that advice for? Till he finds some other sweet that is so tempting, then he'll say, dump the doctor, I will do what I want. But if the doctor explains to him what will happen if you continue to eat sweets, what is going to be the repercussion on your body and on your health, then the patient is convinced himself and he takes a decision that I must not eat sweets. That is far more effective. In philosophy, in Vedanta, all the gurus have used only upadesha, very rarely adesha. Means a commandment is given only to people who lack the capacity to think, analyze for themselves and arrive at their own conclusion. Or in emergency situations where the person doesn't have the time to analyze and you simply say, do this. Krishna has used both methods. But in the Bhagavad Gita, by and large, he has used upadesha. He has very carefully analyzed the situation, given the pros and cons, and at the end, in the 18th chapter, Krishna follows the method, the tradition in our country and in our culture. And he says, now, Arjuna, I have told you all that I have to tell you. Yatha ichhasi tatha kuru. Now, you do what you want. After thinking over the situation carefully, do what you want. He is following the principles of Upadesha. Now, fortunately for Arjuna and for all of us, Arjuna has understood and he has formed his own conclusion, which is that he must fight. And what is more relevant to us is he fights the battle and wins. Now, the message to us is, so will we be able to fight our own challenges, our own battles in life, if we follow the advice given by Sri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. Our battles, our challenges are different from Arjuna's, are different from each other's. But we all face these challenges. And the prescription given by Krishna is universal, applicable to all human beings at all periods of time, anywhere in the world. So, throughout the Bhagavad Gita, he doesn't give any ifs and buts. There are no qualifications. He doesn't say you have to be an Indian, a Brahmin, an educated person. No such thing. Yaha means whoever the person is. If that person follows these principles, this is the result that will happen. And at the end of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is telling not just Arjuna, but all of us, Yatha ichhasi tatha kuru. Ponder over the knowledge that has been given in the Bhagavad Gita. Think over it, reflect over it, arrive at your own conclusion and live it. And then you will overcome all the challenges of the world and emerge victorious in the battle of life.